understand the composition of the air cargo business. Scheduled operators conduct 90% of the business. Non-scheduled operators conduct only 10% of the business. And within that 10% of the business also, Sabhapati Mohoday, 98% of that 10% is conducted in the 6 metros. Only 2% is conducted in the other airports in the country. So of the air cargo operations, we are only talking about 0.2%. Now, the question here is, why is this important? The reason this is important is, first of all, let's understand that the air cargo business, all scheduled operators can still fly from all destinations. There is no roke on them, there is no ban on them. Only the NSOP segment, 2% of that, has been restricted for Indian carriers. The cargo that is carried in the belly of aircraft, whether scheduled or unscheduled, does not come under this prohibitory order at all. 71% of all cargo in India today is carried in the belly of passenger aircraft. Third, I'd like to inform the Honourable Member that today, if you look at the breakup between Indian carriers and foreign carriers, look at how badly it is skewed. Indian carriers, belly and dedicated aircraft, freighters, carry only 19% of cargo. 81% is carried by foreign carriers. And if you look at dedicated freighters alone, only 1% is carried by Indian carriers and 99% is carried by foreign carriers. I'm sure that the Honourable Member, the state that he comes from and the party that he belongs to, will fight for the cause of Atmanirbhar Bharat, for the cause of our Indian carriers, and by taking this step, if he asks me a supplementary, I will tell him that in a short amount of time, the results that our Indian carriers have been able to give to the nation, I shall also place before the House.
Thank you. Mani John Britassi, please be brief, otherwise other members will not get opportunity. Please, second question.
Sir, statistics many a time are obfuscating and confusing. He has tried to confuse. Sir, state of Kerala, say the airport of Cochin, we don't have scheduled foreign freighters because most of the exports are on seasonal, Vishu or Onam. We rely on passenger foreign airlines and also non-scheduled freighters. Sir, what he has done? During this pandemic, none of the foreign passenger flights were there. So there was no belly of the foreign airlines. At that time, he banned the non-scheduled. So
Please, next question.
If at all, this is not a substantive number, why did he ban it? If it is insignificant, what was the need for banning it? And third thing, sir, one more point, sir. Has he gone to what is the statistics? What are the number of Indian freighters operated in the absence of non-scheduled foreign freighters? Has he got the statistics? Let him submit that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabhapati Mohoday, and I would like to thank the Honourable Member for asking that supplementary.
Please.
I would like...
Have patience to listen.
I am responding to him in a very calm voice, so I request the Honourable Member to please hear my answer. Thank you very much. So, the question that has been asked is very pertinent, that what has this policy resulted in? Has it actually given advantage to our cargo business? Has it given advantage to our Indian freighters? And it's a very pertinent question. So, I'd like to put the points before the Honourable Member. First, because of COVID, please understand that all of our carriers were almost entering a period of insolvency. This has given a glimmer of hope for our carriers domestically within India. What has it resulted in? It has resulted in the following 4 points. First, the number of freighters in India that were limited in 2018 only to 8. In a period of 3 years, that number has jumped to 28. So we have almost increased our domestic freighter capacity by almost 3.5 times. That's point number 1. So therefore, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Indian carriers are beginning to stand on their own feet. And I'm sure that the party he belongs to, this is an ideology that he would support. Otherwise, they should not take a different stand with regard to other issues, with regard to the economy and with regard to civil aviation. If you support this stand, then I can understand you taking a different stand on other issues. But if you oppose this stand and you want foreign carriers to carry you there, then you must not take a different stand with regard to other issues on civil aviation or other economic issues from your state point of view. Point number one. Point number two, sir. Indian Airlines have modified 150 passenger aircraft to be able to carry cargo in belly as well as the seat areas. So therefore, our cargo capacity, in addition to the freighters increasing from 8 to 28, even our passengers have gone from, if I may use the term, P to C, passenger to cargo, 150 planes. Third, sir, May 19 to May 21, what was our share of international cargo traffic movements? A measly 1.8%.
Please.
A measly 1.8%. Today, in a period of 2 years, that share of traffic has grown from 1.8% to 19%, sir. That is what we have been able to achieve in the last 2 years as far as cargo traffic is concerned. And
मैं
finally,
सबको
sir,
रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, please. Look, to all members.
You are asking us to be short. Minister can't do one.
मैंने प्लीज डेरिक जी आपको परमिशन नहीं है बोलने का, एक तो नंबर वन. नंबर टू, आई विल क्लियर इट.
Sir, I cannot-
मैंने शुरू में, आपने सुना नहीं, ध्यान से सुना कर ये प्रोसीडिंग मैंने स्पष्ट कहा था कि माननीय मंत्रीगण और माननीय सदस्य दोनों से आग्रह है.
Sir, my
आई
final
रिपीटेड
point-
इट. नहीं, आई रिपीटेड इट.
Sir, my-
पर आप चेयर पॉइंट फिर कमेंट्स मत करिए,
सर,
प्लीज.
मेरी आखिरी निवेदन है. मैं उत्तर नहीं दे सकता जो इनको अच्छा लगे, वो मेरा काम नहीं
नहीं,
है.
आप-
मुझे वास्तविकता सदन के समक्ष रखना होगा. मेरा आखिरी पॉइंट है, रेवेन्यू हैज ग्रोन फ्रॉम, इन द लास्ट 1 year, रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम कार्गो हैज ग्रोन फ्रॉम 1498 crores to 2300 crores. So Indian air freighters and airlines and cargo airlines are beginning to stand on their own feet, and that's what we want in
Thank you.
Atmanirbhar Bharat.
माननीय सदस्यगण प्लीज, मैंने बार क्वेश्चन और शुरू होने के बाद इस सत्र में सबसे आग्रह किया है, सदस्यों से किया है, मंत्रियों से किया है, और माननीय सारे वरिष्ठ सदस्यों को मैं कहता हूं, सबको कहता हूं, रिकॉर्ड निकाल कर देखें. पर मैं, अगर आप उन अनुदेशों का जो माननीय चेयरमैन नहीं देने, बार वो कह रहे हैं, बता रहे हैं, नहीं पालन करते हैं, हाउ आई शुड प्रोसीड, आप तय करें. श्रीमती झरना दास बैद, प्लीज.
आपके माध्यम से
क्वेश्चन
मंत्री जी से ये पूछना चाहती हूँ.
माइक काम कर रहा है, आप
थैंक यू सर. आपके माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री जी से ये पूछना चाहती हूँ. माननीय मंत्री जी कुछ दिन पहले अगरतला इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, महाराजा वीर विक्रम एयरपोर्ट चालू किया है, लेकिन फॉरेन अभी तक बांग्लादेश फ्लाइट भी चालू नहीं हुआ. लेकिन एक फ्लाइट अगरतला से दिल्ली टू अगरतला जो एयर इंडिया फ्लाइट है, एक ही फ्लाइट है, वो भी 27 मार्च से बंद हो रहा है. ये क्यों बंद हो रहा है आज तक हम लोगों को समझ में नहीं आया. कोई पैसेंजर का कमी नहीं है, तो ये क्यों बंद हो रहा है ये मैं जानना चाहती हूँ.
धन्यवाद.
ये प्रश्न कार्गो पर है, पर जो माननीय सांसद जी ने प्रश्न उठाया है, अगर आकर मुझसे मिलेंगे इस पर हम जरूर चर्चा करेंगे. सिविल एविएशन सेक्टर अब रेगुलेटेड सेक्टर नहीं है. हम लोग क्रियान्वयन और कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते कि कौन सा एयरलाइन कहाँ फ्लाई करे, लेकिन जरूर आके जरूर मिलेंगे तो इस पर हम लोग विचार विमर्श करेंगे.
माननीय श्री नरेश गुजराल जी.
For following this policy of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The flip side, sir, is the minister aware that today Indian carriers are refusing to pick up cargo for the last
10 days in a place like Delhi even. Exporters are facing cancellations, and the reality is that in the name of Atmanirbhar Bharat, India will suffer, Bharat will suffer, because exporters will get cancellations. And will the minister take immediate steps to redress this issue?
Thank you.
This is not a fact. I would like to refute that on the floor of this house. In fact, our cargo airlines revenue numbers have gone up by almost 50%. Our cargo airlines also expanding very, very rapidly. And I am sure that in the coming days, even if there is an issue temporarily for a day or two, that will be resolved. There will be no issue with regard to export of cargo from Delhi or any other city in India.
Thank you. Srimati Dola Sen ji, please, Dola Sen ji, no, please, Dola Sen ji, no. माननीय नरेश जी, आपने सवाल पूछ लिया, प्लीज, उसके लिए प्रक्रिया है, अगर आप
whatever be the central government's policy of selling our national carrier Air India or notification of DGCA of restricting foreign cargo carriers to land all over, I want to ask the Honorable Civil Aviation Minister that all this policy of Atmanirbhar Bharat of your government are creating joblessness to lot. How to justify this policy of increasing unemployment by Atmanirbhar Bharat policy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up-Sabhapati Mohoday, as far as this question is concerned, let me say this, that the civil aviation sector is one of the sectors that has the greatest economic multipliers and employment multipliers across any country in the world. We have an economic multiplier of almost 3.1. The effects of 1 rupee of investment creates 3.1 rupees worth of output in civil aviation. Similarly, in the area of employment, every direct job that is created through civil aviation gives almost close to 6.1 indirect jobs created through civil aviation. Therefore, the growth of civil aviation is most important. And in the last 7 years, what has been made possible under this government, we had 74 airports in the country prior to 2014. Today, we have added 66 more airports under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and we've gone to 140 airports, and by 24-25, we will go to 220 airports and increase civil aviation in the country.
Thank you. Now, question number 184. 184, Mani Sayyid Nasir Hussain, please.
Sir, question number 184.
Mani Mantri.
Sir, answer is tabled.
Thank you. First supplementary.
Sir, I went through the answer. It just mentions about the passenger movement, but I was actually asking about the overall growth of aviation sector, especially in Karnataka, sir. I thought he would be giving us information of number of new destinations, number of flights, jobs, and also the revenue earned. But he has just given the passenger movement information in this. I want to ask a specific question. It's regarding Ballari, from where I come from. Land for the airport was given long back. Land was already acquired. Work was started, and I don't know for what reason the work has stopped there. And this is also the case with Raichur Airport and many other airports in Karnataka. I want to ask the minister, when will the work start and when will it be completed?
Thank you.
Sir, as far as what the member has asked with regard to passenger movement in Karnataka and infrastructure in Karnataka, Karnataka has always been a bellwether state in terms of growth in civil aviation. Roughly, it composes of 10% of the civil aviation traffic in the country. In the last year, prior to pandemic, we had total passengers in the country of close to about 3.5 crores, of which Karnataka had contributed close to about 35 lakhs. And we are looking at a steady progression in the years to come. Close to 404 million passengers in the year 23-24, of which Karnataka again will contribute close to about 10%, which is about 40 million. As far as Bellary Airport is concerned, Up-Sabhapati Mohoday, this is a state government airport. We have been in conversation with the state government. The state government had entered into an agreement with a private party to put in place this airport. Unfortunately, for multiple reasons, that has not been possible. The state government has taken legal opinion, and we have said very clearly that they should take whatever action to make sure that this construction starts as soon as possible.
Please, thank you.
Second.
Mani Praful,
Sir,
second supplementary.
So again, the minister has missed mentioning about the jobs, flights, new destinations, and the revenue earned in Karnataka. He's just mentioning about the passenger. And again, regarding Bellary, Again, regarding Ballari, the work has been stopped. He has still not mentioned when will the work start and when will it be completed. So my second question is the government thinking of opening up defense airstrips to civilians in the places where there are no airports, especially in places like Karwar in Karnataka, where a new naval airstrip is coming up? Will these kind of defense airstrips will be opened for civilians, especially where there are no airports?
Thank you.
Categorically answered the honourable member with regard to the Bellary airport, and I have mentioned very clearly that the state government has to take a decision whether to terminate the agreement with the party or not. That is the state government's decision. We have given them an advisory that they can go ahead and do it. As far as using defense airports, naval or air, for civil aviation purposes, we are in dialogue with the Ministry of Defence on multiple airstrips. And we are seeing wherever there is a demand for air connectivity, those airstrips we are directly in dialogue with the Defence Ministry to be used to be able to develop under UDAN, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, to provide connectivity to those areas.
Thank you. माननीय प्रफुल्ल पटेल जी.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति महोदय. मंत्री महोदय ने सिविल एविएशन के ग्रोथ के बारे में तो अच्छे आंकड़े बताए हैं. मुझे भी सौभाग्य रहा है कि इस जो इनके आज के प्रयास है उसमें कुछ योगदान पूर्व में देने का भी मौका मिला. सवाल उनको एक और धन्यवाद भी दे दूं कि मेरे गृहनगर गोंदिया से उन्होंने उड़ान के माध्यम से पहली वहाँ से नागरिक विमान सेवा की शुरुआत की, तो उसके लिए भी आपको धन्यवाद. सवाल मेरा एक ही है कि जितने भी छोटे शहरों को हम जोड़ रहे हैं, ये सारे शहरों को, चाहे मुंबई हो, दिल्ली हो, कलकत्ता हो, बेंगलोर हो, हैदराबाद हो, ऐसे शहरों के साथ यातायात के लिए आवश्यकता है. बाकी शहरों के बीचों बीच आपस में जो यातायात होती है उसकी आवश्यकता है, लेकिन कम है. हर आदमी इन बड़े शहरों के माध्यम से जुड़ना चाहता है. आज अभी जैसे आपको मैंने उदाहरण दिया गोंदिया का, गोंदिया को आपने जोड़ा है हैदराबाद और इंदौर के साथ, खुशी की बात है. लेकिन गोंदिया महाराष्ट्र में है, वहाँ के व्यक्ति को मुंबई आना होगा और मुंबई में हवाई स्लॉट मिलता नहीं है उतरने के लिए. वही हालत दिल्ली में भी बहुत उसकी तंगी है, वही हालत चेन्नई में है, वही हालत कलकत्ते में है. तो मेरा उनसे ये निवेदन है कि जो छोटे शहरों को जोड़ने की उड़ान के माध्यम से योजना है सराहनीय है, लेकिन जब तक उन छोटे शहरों को बड़े मेट्रोस के साथ नहीं जोड़ा जाएगा तो जो उसकी उपयुक्तता है या जो उसकी सफलता हम चाहते हैं, आप चाहते हैं, उसमें कहीं ना कहीं रुकावट आएगी. तो इसके बारे में आपकी टिप्पणी क्या है?
धन्यवाद.
क्या मुझे
धन्यवाद प्रफुल्ल.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति महोदय. माननीय सांसद महोदय ने बहुत उम्दा सवाल पूछा है और ये सत्य है उपसभापति महोदय कि हम लोगों की आशा और अभिलाषा है कि छोटे शहरों को हम बड़े शहरों के साथ जोड़ें. और इस तारतम्य में एक जरूर विसंगति है कि जो हमारे बड़े बड़े शहर में एयरपोर्ट्स हैं उनकी कैपेसिटी पूर्ण रूप से इस्तेमाल की जा रही है. इसलिए कई बड़े शहरों के एयरपोर्ट्स में विस्तारीकरण की योजना चल रही है. उदाहरण के तौर पर दिल्ली में आज करीब 7 करोड़ पैसेंजर्स दिल्ली के एयरपोर्ट से निकलते हैं और हमारी कोशिश है कि दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट को हम लोग 10 करोड़ की कैपेसिटी तक हम लोग ले जाएं. उस विस्तारीकरण की योजना आज चल रही है. जेवर में नया एयरपोर्ट की आधारशिला प्रधानमंत्री जी के द्वारा रखा गया है. 2024 तक करीब 1 करोड़ 20 लाख की कैपेसिटी का पहला फेज वहां तैयार हो जाएगा. तो पूरी उत्तरी भारत की ट्रैफिक जेवर में भी पहुंचने की हमारी आशंका है. वैसे मुंबई के लिए भी हम लोग नवी मुंबई की एयरपोर्ट की शुरुआत कर रहे हैं और वो भी अगले 3 साल तक तैयार हो जाएगी. हमारी कोशिश है कि छोटे शहरों को हम बड़े शहरों के साथ जोड़ें और बड़े शहरों में कैपेसिटी एक्सपेंशन भी करें. इस लक्ष्य की पूर्ति के लिए हम लोग पूरी तरह से संकल्पित हैं.
धन्यवाद मंत्री जी. माननीय मनोज कुमार झा जी.
प्रश्न छोटा भी है और प्रश्न में आग्रह भी है. आग्रह महत्वपूर्ण है माननीय सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर साहब से कि पूर्णिया एयरपोर्ट एक है टेक्निकली फौज से रिलेटेड है, लेकिन सर 16-17 जिले न सिर्फ बिहार के बल्कि बंगाल के भी कई इलाकों को उससे मदद मिलेगी. तो मैं इस आग्रह को सवाल की चादर में आपके समक्ष रख रहा हूं. दरभंगा एयरपोर्ट, सर मैं टिप्पणी यही खत्म करूंगा. दरभंगा एयरपोर्ट वो चिंता का विषय है। वहां उड़ान हो रही है, काफी पैसेंजर मूवमेंट है, लेकिन बुनियादी सुविधाएं वहां नहीं है। अगर इस दृष्टिकोण से बिहार पर आपकी नजरें इनायत हो तो पूर्णिया एयरपोर्ट चालू हो जाए
धन्यवाद।
तो हम लोग साथ उड़ेंगे। शुक्रिया।
धन्यवाद मनोज जी।
उपसभापति महोदय, जो माननीय सदस्य ने विषय उठाया है जरूर महत्वपूर्ण है और इस पर हम लोग कोशिश भी कर रहे हैं। प्रदेश सरकार से भी चर्चा हो रही है और रक्षा मंत्रालय के साथ भी चर्चा हो रही है और इस पर हम लोग जरूर प्रयासरत हैं। रक्षा मंत्रालय के द्वारा पूर्णिया एयरपोर्ट की जो एयर स्ट्रिप है उसका उन्नयनीकरण का कार्य वर्तमान में चल रहा है और इसमें जो आप और हम दोनों चाहते हैं कि पूर्णिया एयरपोर्ट की शुरुआत हो, इसमें प्रदेश सरकार के द्वारा जमीन जब हमें मिले उस पर हम लोग कार्य करेंगे और प्रदेश सरकार के साथ हम लोग चर्चा कर रहे हैं कि जल्द से जल्द